Alright, so, I'm gonna get a recording in here. I know it's been a long time, but, found some time, so maybe I can get it done. So we're playing the Brotato DLC here on the new map called the Abyss. I've already cleared D5 with all the new characters, but, I could redo them maybe. To be honest, I don't, some of them are pretty fun, but a lot of them are not, like, super interesting in my opinion. Some of them definitely are, but I kind of want to do... They've kind of changed some of the original characters. Like Jack, for some reason, he's like ridiculous now. He might be one of the strongest characters in the game, so I've been meaning to try Jack. Why don't we just go ahead and do that? And I'll stick with Revolver here. We could try some of these new weapons. I really like Flute, actually. And to be honest, it could be pretty good on Jack as I think about it, because the enemies have all this extra health, which gives us more time to charm. The only thing is, I don't think I would get the extra material drop, because it charms them, and I don't think the materials actually drop the same way, but I could be wrong on that. I haven't actually read the wiki on any of these new mechanics yet. Tell you what though, in the spirit of the DLC, let's go ahead and go Flute. I really, really like this weapon. It might be my favorite new weapon. Oops. Yeah, basically the idea is it scales off of luck, and it gives you luck the more that you have of them. Scales a little bit off range as well, but why would you take range when you can just take luck? So that enemy got charmed there. It's now, let me see. Okay, it did give me, what was that, 6 materials? Hard for me to know if that was, if that was actually... I would lock both of these. Gecko got upgraded slightly. Now you only need 4 of them to get full, full whatever. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so we got 10 luck now. But yeah, I think it's ridiculous, the reviews that this game has gotten. The new DLC really is not that hard. I'm not trying to be like elitist, I'm just trying to like be real. Like, I don't even think the new map is harder than the old map. I don't know why that so many people are saying that the new one's harder. Harvesting this early might be better than the blue HP. Yeah, I think harvesting is just too good to pass up. Might as well get 10. Nice. We got 6 flutes. I don't mind mixing in a loot. It also scales off of luck, and it even gives you harvesting, but I only like to flex it in if it looks easy for me to get a bunch of them, so I can actually get the harvesting bonus. Looking here, I just want all flutes. You have been charmed. So I get 6 from that. And this dies, what do I get? Oh, it did just... Okay, it does actually drop the stuff, so I was wrong. Yeah, Jack... The flute's really good on Jack then, I think. Nice. Purple attack speed, definitely taking that. Some move speed, probably fine. Alright, now we can just buy everything. Nice. Already upgrading now. And there is one that increases its luck scaling per upgrade. So when you naturally will get them upgraded because of your extra luck, theoretically. And then you're just scaling really well. Nice. Look at that. Perfect reroll. Boom. Do I lock the cake? Probably. Cake's fine. Unfortunately, Gummy Berserker still sucks. Thought they might make that one takeable. But they made some of the other... They made some pretty good changes. Like the mutation, I think it's called, which used to be useless, is now pretty good. The only real bad change that I felt happened was the loot alien. Or not loot alien, but what is it called? Alien Baby, I think. If we, I forget the exact change, but I remember not liking it. I'll just have to call it out if I see it. Definitely taking the purple health there. Blue loot, I don't think so. Shard, so there's a curse system. Curse seems to be just mostly positive. I never shy away from taking it. The item, basically what it does is it makes the enemies stronger here and there. They'll be highlighted purple. But it also gives you a chance to find much better items. I mean, I'm talking insanely better. Definitely taking the early bag with the luck. And we don't need to scale ranged. We could definitely take that. And then we get another one of these and lock that. Looking pretty good. We do need to actually scale our luck, but hopefully we'll find that eventually here. So that's a curse enhanced enemy right there. You can see it by the purple outline. But yeah, the weapons in particular, if you can... and this enemy right here that I'm trying to kill, the one with the eyeball and a backpack of purple stuff, will give you extra curse by killing it. It's kind of like a loot alien in that regard. I need to make sure I don't die, though. My damage is not super high yet, as you can see, but eventually it can be... I'm kind of relying, you know, on to a certain degree. I will say this, on Jack, those things are really tough to kill. Like, I would have killed that on any other character, so I probably just won't go for them. That was a lot of wasted shots that made that not too good of a round for me. I'm just going to take the armor here. Alright, let's take that. Lock. Need to remember that I'm Jack. Play accordingly. Yeah, only on Jack will you charm those lowest HP enemies there. So basically the way this flute works is once the enemy is underneath a certain percentage of health, I think it's like 60, maybe 50 on the higher tier ones. No, 70 on the higher tier ones. And once that happens, or if you know, succeed your check there to charm, they become your ally and do damage to the enemy for a certain amount of time, and it can be really cool. I mean, it's like there are some enemies that, you know, produce more enemies, and they will literally keep producing. I think we could do this. It loses range damage, but who cares? Do I want range or dodge here? It's irrelevant for me to take this right now. I think it's too early to take dodge. Take that. And in fact, might as well take that. Take that. And call it good. But yeah, obviously the enemies being higher HP makes this flute very much more likely to charm stuff, is what I'm getting at. So it seems pretty good on Jack. The only downside, though, is some of those higher HP enemies, such as the Walrus here, which is a really annoying enemy, will take forever to kill. Because the flute doesn't do much damage, especially early. If you can get, like, the high roll luck items, it will do significant damage, which is good, but it also can hurt the flute sometimes, because you kind of want to charm stuff, but this is a case-by-case basis. Kind of need to roll for luck, because I'm not finding any, but passing up an armor seems silly. I'm just going to take it. Okay, this is a super good item, because you know me, I love to roll. These spyglasses end up earning me so many materials saved. It's like, it's crazy. We can definitely take the blindfold. I did dump a little bit of dodge, but it's so cheap right now. Nah, you know what? Let's try to keep rolling for... Okay, we got the bag, and definitely taking that. See, good thing we rolled. The lucky charm is really good. Might as well take the piggy bank. Even if I don't end up earning too much out of it, it'll most likely pay for itself and just be out of the pool. I think if you see it early piggy bank, you should just always buy it. Because of that. It's like there's upside, but there's not really any downside because it will almost always pay for itself even if you forget that you have it. Because you're just naturally going to float gold here and there, and 70 is not too hard to make up over the course of a run. And then your shops just never have to roll that again. Might roll something better for you. But also you have the option, if you find a good wave, to just hoard a bunch of money on. You can make it into a real powerhouse economy item for you. More often than not, I don't do that, but sometimes I do. If all my items suck, it's just a good insurance in a way, kind of like recycling, whatever. I feel like we do want some lifesteal. Now, we are Wave 9 coming up. It is kind of a horde wave, just like the other map. However, Wave 10 is the real horde wave. Let's take some luck. Take that, take that, take that. Feather is an item I don't really like. Losing experience gain, even when I'm on an actual ranged character, just doesn't seem worth. I don't think we want honey. Definitely want the flute. See, here we can just keep a little bit. We earn 11 bucks. Do that 7 times and you've already earned your money back, you know. Now if I charm this, for example, which I will because the odds are almost guaranteed that I will here, now it's gonna keep dropping eggs and they will hatch and just into these really, you know, it's those things. Although I guess they're not doing their slice. I thought they would do their slice, because the projectile enemies always do their projectiles, so I'm not sure why they don't slice. But either way, it's a big unit just going around the map, which is a good thing. There's another new type of egg later in these waves that will actually have projectiles. And those ones are really good to charm. I definitely need a lumberjack shoot. Okay, let's take the 20 luck. Alright, let's make a red one. So you can see the scaling on the red is 25% luck. That's not too bad considering I have 85 luck. That's, you know, if I were to compare it to like the range damage, I would need, I'm not going to do the math, but you know what I'm getting at. I don't want to do the math. Bone dice, pretty good. Even though my luck is horrible with this thing, I think it's not too late for this wheelbarrow to be effective. I will not take that. This seems good. Might as well take that. Might as well take that. Tyler still sucks. They made it have elemental. This item just needs a giant rework. It attacks way too slow. Is the main problem. Ritual is probably not super worth me to lock here, but I'm gonna. So it's cheaper and yeah. It's just generally an overcosted item for what it does, but it's fine. It's still giving you stats that you want, even if it's not a good amount of the stats. Oh yeah, wave 10. Like I said, I guess on Jack you're not going to notice it, but it's like definitely a horde wave normally, but we're Jack, so not really. Come on, loot. I gotta get at least one loot alien. Got a shot. Okay, we did it. We got it killed. You're probably not allowed to charm them, is my guess. Because statistically, there's almost no way that it shouldn't have got charmed. So that enemy that came after me there, that anglerfish looking thing, is like my second most hated of the new enemies. Second to third, I don't know. Oh yes, and lampreys are now just in there. They're also a hated enemy of mine, of course. We actually got pretty good defense as far as health goes. I think we just want armor or luck. Definitely take the luck when I see it. This is a great new item for what do you call it? Engineering. Sometimes I even just take it because it has 5% speed. I think I will. It's 5% speed with no downside. That's a good thing. Okay, definitely taking the Lost Duck. The mutation, so see, they changed it from losing speed to losing knockback, which is absolutely fine. It's totally fine to take. But I just don't really care to upgrade my range damage on this character. Might as well take Lemonade. I mean, we're getting more of them. Alright, definitely locking these. They made Banner even better. I already liked it a lot, but you know, knockback technically is more useful than it used to be because it can actually knock back tanks now, but you need a ridiculous amount to actually do that, so I find I just dump it every single run and I am fine doing that. So it's like literally no downside when these items have like a reduction to knockback. Oh, and there's my most hated enemy in the game. The one that, the shark, or I don't know if it's a shark or just a alien with a big nose, but whatever it is, I hate it with a fiery passion. And the walruses. You'll see them eventually here. They have so much health. But yeah, I don't mind a lot of the new enemies, but these ones I hate. I really despise them. They're not even getting charmed, because I think they have so much health and I'm not even going below the threshold. I guess we can take this. Probably skip. Take. Don't really need that. Take. So we have an elite coming up, but the initial bait probably helps me because I can charm them, so I'll take it. Handcuffs still sucks. I could reroll, might as well. 150 for 10 attack speed and no downside. It's not great, is it? But it's okay. I don't know, is it worth locking? Probably not. Oh, this is an easy elite. Granted, I'm not going to be able to do any damage to it, so... Oh, fucking Lampreys. Alright, lifesteal, I need you now, more than ever. Yeah, I guess this, the one downside with Flute is you're definitely not going to kill any elites, so there is that downside. Do I have lifesteal? Only 4. Okay, now we just run, because... further you are away from him at this stage, the almost impossible it is that his bullets will hit you. I generally find all of the new elites a lot easier than the OG elites, other than one of them. There's one that, I think he's a shark. It's a running theme here, the sharks are just the worst, but yeah, he's kind of like Croc, but has like a really big hit range. Still easier than Croc, though. Alright, I think we are committing to dumping dodge here. I could probably use some regen if it's going to be red. Alright, lose some speed, but I need armor for sure, so we'll take that. Chameleon still sucks. Rock is better now. There's a character called Ogre that makes really good use of rock. We could do this here. It's not like a super hard wave, but it's just not like that beneficial to me. 4% speed and 4 HP regen for 178 bucks. Probably not worth it. So how is our bone dice done here? 6-0. Okay, that's the best I've ever had it. Usually, on average, if I do my math correctly here, you should gain around 5 times as much stats as you lose, but usually by the end it's never worked out like that for me. We definitely don't want to lose luck. Mirror, I usually always buy this, and we already have a shitty... You generally want to pair something better with it. However, I know this undoes all of the HP I just added, but I don't know. I can probably do better, but I could also do worse. I'm just going to take it now. The earlier I get it, the better. This is pretty good for engineering. Yeah, we're not going to take any of these, though. I could have been greedier with the mirror, because I can hold it in between rounds, but I don't know. After that last round, I felt like I need a little bit of a damage increase and just some luck to find better items in the future shops. And I only took the red HP regen because it seemed like I should, but I'm also not that sad to dump it because it's just generally not that useful. The HP regen to me is a stat that just never is worth really taking a level up, and if I could go back and do it again, I just wouldn't. Because there's just items in the game that are so much better at adding HP regen than leveling up. You know, a fairy, for example. But there's other ones now, too. Like, there's one that gives HP regen on every level up. We didn't even really find super good stuff for Jack here. Like, we haven't found any enemy increases. I definitely want that, though. And it's still, like, feeling pretty easy. Take that. I don't know that I want glass cannon on this character. Here's a new item that is kind of weird. It's, like, engineering focused. Obviously, I'm not going to take it here, but would be curious to make it work on like another character. I've only gained 75 from the bag, really? I think I needed the lumberjack shirt. Alright, let's take that. This is pretty expensive for what it is, but I'll lock it. So there's the walrus. Seems our damage is fine, actually. I'm glad that I didn't take the glass cannon then. I mean, I got that thing charmed pretty quick. My only fear was, like, on those super high health enemies, that I wouldn't be able to charm them in time. But if I'm doing that, I definitely don't need the glass canyon. Yeah, this is feeling really smooth. I mean, the map just can't even do anything to me. These walruses are... I'm turning them against themselves, and it's working out swimmingly. Those unicorns are pretty annoying too, or narwhals or whatever, because they charge and slash, which is, if you're not really paying attention to them, it's probably fine on Jack. I mean, Jack is so easy now. Like, you know, there's less stuff on the screen, so it's not really a problem. I guess I take the purple HP. Ooh. Does kind of suck to lose lifesteal here, but it's 20 luck. The dodge is irrelevant. I don't know, is that worth it? I mean, it's really like the same luck as this, and I lose... It costs more, and I lose a stat that I do care about. But it does, like, undump my dodge if I wanted to build dodge. I don't know, it's only 20 luck. I don't know that I spend the money on it. Although, I might as well if I'm gonna roll here. Just to make my stuff better. I don't think we take the loot. Exoskeleton? Not really. Kind of annoyed that we haven't gotten any cursed items, but we only have a curse of 4. That's just because I couldn't kill any of those other cursed things, so I guess Jack just doesn't really make use of that stuff too well. Could take this, it gives me a little bit of luck, and then just call it good. Alright, we got an elite. This one's not too bad. His bullets are really slow, which can be annoying on some characters, but it's not going to be a problem here. the reason the slow bullets can be annoying is like if I actually had a bunch of enemies on the screen and had to maneuver around them, it just makes it very highly likely that Wow, I'm actually doing a lot of damage to him with the summoned units. I might actually kill him. Oops, definitely don't want to take hits there. Doesn't look like I'm going to kill him. Might be doing too much damage in some of these cases because I'm not charming some of the enemies that I would love to charm. How was I doing so much damage early on and then it just stopped? I don't know, I didn't really pay attention, but it looked like I was going to be able to kill him, which would have been nice. Armor, I think, at this point. Do I even buy the blue? I don't think I do. Pearl's a lot of damage. It scales off your luck, so that's pretty good. I usually take Black Flag, but it might be too late for me to really take this. It will pay for itself still, even from now to then. Especially on Jack. I think I'm going to take it. That's a lot of extra money, actually. Okay, and then, yeah. There was that big enemy I was talking about that gets, and it actually shoots its projectiles, as you can see, so it's so good to charm. All of these enemies are so good to charm, really. The walrus is so good. Even that thing over there, the dude with the mouth, he, okay, let's try to get a charm. Okay, I got, or not charm, but curse. Yeah, we get some curse, even though, man, I actually seem to be, now that I have got all the percent damage, I'm doing pretty decent damage for these flutes as well. I should have just took the lifesteal. Take the armor though. Okay, well, there's a way to get lifesteal and more enemies. Combined with the Black Flag, I think we take that even though it's late. Is it worth it? I mean, maybe not. Maybe not for this at this point. It's so much money for, like, I don't know, like, it's not a massive increase in value. That seems good. There's a fairy, that seems good. I mean, I didn't actually end up with that many tier 1s, but it's still going to be like 11 regen. And here's another tier 1 that has lifesteal, so I might as well buy that, and then we'll just call that good. Alright, this elite, not too hard either. His patterns are a little hard for me to remember, because he has like 2 separate rotating bullets, and then he can shoot straight too. Yeah, I just need to let the enemies do the damage, I think. Make sure that I don't waste shots shooting the boss, because it's not really doing that much damage to the boss. But the enemies themselves actually do a lot of damage, especially because they do extra... And if you think about it, I didn't even think about this, but that what was it called? The Black Flag increases enemy damage, which is actually good for me, since I'm charming them all. Okay, is it just me, or is like the health bar on the elites a lie, right? Like, it goes down to half pretty quick, and then it just stops. It's like, yeah, we're not going to allow you to do any damage anymore. Nope, I definitely need to not die. I'm just like taking every hit that I can. Take that, take that, take that, take that, take that. Little late for these, but I guess I'll take it. I'm gonna take it so I stop seeing it. Jelly, not super great for us. I think I'll take this. Right, my 182 luck is not producing very good shops here. Seriously. Okay, bandana probably worth taking. I'm losing a lot of my percent damage, but it's just going to be even easier to charm. I don't know, on Jack, is it really worth it? Probably not, actually. Probably not worth it to take bandana. I did lock it, but I think I'm going to not buy it in hindsight. And foresight, depending on how you look at it. We're thinking ahead here. Yeah, I don't need a bandana. I mean, look at this. And there's still... They did a little bit better of a job with the wave 20 amount of enemies, but there's still less enemies than normal, so it's like, if I don't need the piercing here, I definitely don't need it for the final waves here. Got $1,000 there, not bad. Apparently I'm dumping speed on this run. Take it. Well, I am at 1% dodge. Might as well take it at this point if it's going to be red. Okay, here's a cursed item. It actually is going to put us well over 100% chance to attract the material. So we have a Sift's Relic at this point. It's pretty good. And yeah, I'm not going to take this. Could take the cute monkey. I mean, I am... But I can't really keep the materials on the ground, so it actually doesn't make sense, I suppose. I'm finally getting cursed offerings here, but I don't really care at this point. Probably a little late for the recycling machine. Small fish I usually don't take. It would actually make sense here to take it, but I'm just gonna not. I probably could have took that other thing. What I really want is a cursed weapon. Too late for Vidge Ring. That sounds pretty good to me. Not that these are necessarily critting good, they're only 1.5, but I still like it. I still like it. Might as well just piggy bank this. The rolls are costing too much at this point. Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, it's like, does this seem like a harder map to you than the original? To me, it's not. Like, I really don't think it's a harder map. And I have only played for a few days now, so it's not like I even know what to expect on a lot of these waves. And I don't necessarily know the patterns of the elites and stuff, but I find the new map to be quite a lot easier than the original map. So I'm surprised that the general talking points are that, like, the new map is too hard. I think it's bigger too. I don't know if it feels bigger. Maybe it's not actually bigger, but if it is indeed bigger, that just makes it easier in my opinion. That's more room to maneuver around. But that could just be me not realizing that it's not actually bigger. This is pretty useless for us. I guess I should have, you know, the funny thing is I could have took that recycling machine, and I think simply recycling that would have actually made it positive. Definitely taking that. Definitely not taking that. Yeah, the HP doesn't matter that much here, but I don't know, it's purple. Whatever, I'll take it. Alright. I suppose I'll take that this time, even though we don't have any need of it. I'm taking it for the dodge, basically. Chainsaw. Cauldron, technically fine, but not really at this point. Adrenaline, I guess. It's the final wave here, so... Fishhook's really good, but not on wave 19. Basically, you can lock items to force them to be cursed. It's a great way to get your weapons cursed, because you can curse a lower tier weapon, and it just automatically will curse once you upgrade it with any... You can combine it with the other weapons, and it will curse them. Probably too late for that bone dice. This Finn is cursed. It only loses 4 luck. It's like the negatives get less and the positives get more. I suppose I can take that. I don't actually need the community support. I mean, we're on Jack, so there's not that many enemies. I guess I'll take that. A little late for Starfish, but that's another one that I take pretty often. It's pretty good. Coil's something that's never good for me because obviously I never have knockback. Alright, at 213 maybe this is worth it to upgrade. We just don't need the Pierce. Armor's at 17. Oh, there is a cursed flute. 169. It's actually not that good of a cursed one. Almost all of the other weapons I've seen will literally double the damage, but this one, it looks like most of the curse went in. It's kind of random what you'll get. Not every cursed item is the same. It looked like this cursed one, most of it went into the actual range damage scaling, so it's actually just not worth it to me to get that one. Usually it would be. Treasure map. We're just getting all these type of items late when we don't need them. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting down to the wire here. I'm just rolling, I guess, to... Alright, this is the new padding, which I do like. Technically it doesn't do anything for us if I buy it here, but it will if as I gain, you know, stuff on this fight. My direct damage actually could kill these. I guess since there's just less enemies right now, I might as well get some direct damage in. Eventually there'll be some enemies here that I can charm, but not for a few seconds. That spiral pattern can be hard to dodge, but luckily there's just not many enemies with Jack to have to contend with. I should probably just run straight. I have enough speed that I can generally outrun it unless it's... Yeah, I can generally outrun it unless I'm going to the far end. Trying to charm what enemies I can, and maybe they'll get a kill, but we're just going to run out of time here, I think. So yeah, I think probably I'd still prefer to go Revolver on Jack, just so I can actually kill the elites. But Flute was certainly viable here. I mean, wouldn't you say that this was not a very hard run? That's what I would say. There was never really... I didn't really have to try hard much at all here. So yeah, Jack's super strong now. Flute, one of my favorite weapons. Actually got us 16 health by the end there. That's fine, we didn't really get hit at the end. Let's see, I got 200 materials, not bad. 34, what? Oh, you know what? That's not entirely accurate. So it's showing less here because it's actually giving a material per enemy, which is obviously a lot less enemies on Jack. However, we did get 10% extra enemies, which on Jack means that's a lot of money. That's not really captured there. I'm just going to say that it was worth it. That way I can feel good about my decision. Any other stats here to look at? 5. I guess Tentacle not worth it when you're running Flute. 291, like I said, that's a lot of materials saved for one very cheap item. 110, it was positive, and I didn't really even play into it that much, so it's definitely worth it. 30 and 4, it actually performed better than the expected value. That's the first for me. it should have been about 20 gained if 4 were lost. But it actually rolled pretty well, it looks like. 361 on the 3 bunnies, not bad. 91, 315, and 775. Pretty good run. So yeah, definitely if you like Brotato, I highly recommend the new DLC. Ignore the asinine negative reviews. That's practically free. I mean, they could charge so much more for this game. And they don't, so it kind of is like, even if they charge like $10 for this thing, I would still recommend it. And like I said, it's not perfect. A lot of these new characters are like pretty poorly designed in my opinion. Like this one, Sailor, I'm like, what a kind of boring character. But there's some that are really fun. Like Builder is really fun. You can like make your own turret essentially, which is pretty fun. I'll probably do a video of him at some point. Some of them are really powerful too, like Hiker I find really powerful. Hiker is kind of like Explorer, but 10 times better. Ogre's really good, I think. Romantic is really good. Creature can be good. Vampire kind of sucked, but it wasn't too bad. I did notice when the beta was out, a lot of people complained about Vampire, and I think that the character doesn't make much sense because it's like everything about it seems like you would want to have a bunch of HP, but they gimped your HP gain. So in that sense, I totally get some of the criticisms of the character, but I don't know. I beat it on the first try, and it wasn't that hard, whereas like Sailor took me several tries. To me, Sailor is a much worse character, but in Technomage, this character is like cool in concept, but just horribly executed. Because, like I said, I don't know. I could get in. I could get into it, but just none of the items that like Tyler is the only turret that scales off elemental, and it's horrible. Like literally, the tier 1 turrets are better, and there's just not enough support here to properly combine elemental and engineering. This character really needs to start with like some Tylers and even maybe the Strange Book, in my opinion, but or at least have like tagging to support like putting this stuff together. It's just too hard to actually make this character properly use both elemental and engineering. So what I recommend with this character is to just focus on elemental and pick up a structure here and there if it's offered, and to basically just be a bad elemental character. So there's definitely some poorly designed characters, even if they were good in concept. Technomage is probably a good example of that. But I don't know. Like I said, the price is right. Like $3 or $4 for this game, US dollars, is ridiculously low. When you think of how much time and enjoyment you get out of the game, and like how much work developers had to put into the game, it's actually pretty ridiculous that it's this cheap. I kind of feel like that about indie games in general. Like with how expensive everything is these days, indie games are massively underpriced, if I'm being honest. Like, just kind of across the board, it's pretty ridiculous how cheap they are. But whatever, my tangents aside, hopefully I'll be able to get some more videos out this year. There are some upcoming games I plan on doing videos for, but we'll have to talk about that later. Should be pretty fun. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.